Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this week's astrology and pick a card reading forecast. And it's a big week, so stick around. I'm going to start shuffling the cards, but just to give you a quick, easy overview, this week on Tuesday, we have the new moon solar eclipse, and it's a brand new eclipse cycle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the fire horse year as well and give you some advice and guidance on that. On Wednesday, the sun enters Pisces. Woohoo! For those of us who are Pisces, happy early birthday to all the Pisces. And then on Friday, the Saturn and Neptune are exactly conjunct together in Aries. So this week is a very powerful week. It's ushering in a true new energetic beginning for all of us, not without some tension though. So we want to pay attention to what this all means for us. But before I get there, let's go ahead and pull your cards. So I'm going to begin shuffling, but as always, let's just take a few seconds to just connect with ourselves. Take a few deep breaths. So just go ahead and close your eyes. Deep breath in, let it out. If you want to put your hand on your heart, breathe into your heart, let it go. Just kind of shake your hands, shake your body. All right. I want you to pay attention to what message is going to be yours for this week. General guidance for all of you. And so pay attention to if your body wants message number one or message number two. Now, as I shuffle, I want to welcome those of you who are new to the Flow Frequency Collective. Perhaps you're just perusing today, and if so, welcome. For my free subscribers, you are going to get these weekly astrology and tarot forecast readings. You're also going to have access to some freebies, free articles, free resources. And this channel is all about helping you to align with your flow, to design a sacred life in flow. And this is a community primarily for women leaders and entrepreneurs so that we can really support each other, you utilizing the energy that is ours, that is unique to ours, harnessing that energy and putting our gifts out into the world in a way that really feels good. So, welcome here. For those of you who decide to subscribe further, you will have access to our bi-monthly, I should say, live tarot readings. And these are readings for you. They're not general readings, but I support you with your specific questions. We do that every other Tuesday. And for founding members, you get your customized flow roadmap. And the flow roadmap is a one-page dashboard that is customized for you, for your energy, your purpose, your personality, your soul's essence. And every single month, it gives you guidance on the energy that you are in. And of course, the season of life that is guiding you this year so that you can be very specific and intentional about how you want to flow in your life. Okay, so for our founding members, you get that flow roadmap customized for you. You also get 6 workshops a year. You get hot seats and also new videos and resources that support you in learning and understanding your flow roadmap. So, welcome everybody. All right, let's pull message number one. What do we have for those choosing message number one? There's our first card. And let's get one more. And then for those of you selecting message number two, that was nice and clear. Okay, so we have a few themes repeating themselves from last week. We'll get to that. For those of you who selected message number one, We have the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. We are still feeling this, I think, relationship energy from last week. And yesterday was Valentine's Day, so no surprise here. Also, no surprise that there's fire energy showing up, relationship and connection energy showing up because of the fire horse energy that we are launching into this week. You know, fire is all about connection, fire is all about the heart, and relationships are at the core of that. I'll get more into that when we talk about the fire horse. But for those of you who chose number one, what I'm seeing here is that you may still be sitting with some energy that is difficult based on a relationship. Okay. The Four of Wands talks about moving a relationship forward into a more committed place. Um, and it's a beautiful, beautiful energy of growth and of family and of home and of really burning those sacred fires of home and of love and of marriage and relationship. And with with the Nine of Wands, we've got some sleepless nights. We've got some resistance to love, to relationship, to connection. This energy also has us kind of in the dark, right? Like we're not sure what we should do. We don't know what the answers are. So if some of you out there are feeling this, my heart and my soul are with you. I want to say just take it slow this week, right? Especially with this powerful energy coming through with the eclipse. This is probably a karmic relationship that you are working with, working through. And eclipses are about transformation, especially this one, okay? Because Pluto this week is beautifully aligned with Uranus. Can bring sudden change. Uranus can bring a sense of freedom. So I feel that this eclipse is going to help you work on whatever this is, whether it is the renewal and transformation of a relationship, maybe the renewal and transformation of how you are feeling and how you show up in a connection, but it could also have to do has it could also have to do with what you need to release in order to move toward your evolution, okay, in your life and in your loving relationships, okay? And there's also a message here then about what can you let go of that isn't serving you as far as your thoughts and your emotions, okay? And regulating those things so that you can feel better, okay? I hope that supports you. Let me know in the comments if this resonates for you. For those of you who chose card message number two, we have the Queen of Pentacles, a beautiful, beautiful energy of abundance, of growth, of harvest, beautiful energy. You know, queens, they know who they are. They know how to manage their energy and their emotions. And a Queen of Pentacles certainly knows how to bring all of her energy towards something that she wants to create, manifest, and feel abundant with. So there is a lot of abundance this week. And I feel that this abundance is helping you to release something toxic that was painful and hurtful. Again, a potential relationship here. It could also be a work partnership because the Queen of Pentacles is involved, which is a highly entrepreneurial and creative, empresarial energy. So with this eclipse, you are releasing something that isn't serving you. You're releasing hurt, you're releasing shame, you're releasing a tie, a karmic tie that does not feel good, that maybe feels a little bit toxic. And in doing so, it's just gonna roll you into this beautiful energy of Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this is an empowering week for you of release, of healing, and of stacking all cards, all coins on you, right? Your sovereignty, your power, your personal power, and not giving that away to someone else. So powerful energy this week in the cards. Let me know what resonates for you, what shows up for you. I've been getting a lot of comments from many of you, whether you're putting the comments down below, which I prefer, and or sending me texts, which I so appreciate. Thank you for letting me know that these messages are supporting you and resonating with you. All right, so now let's get into the astrology. Oh boy. So again, we've got the new moon eclipse happening on Tuesday. Okay, now eclipses are karmic. Eclipses are here to remind us and push us sometimes, which can feel uncomfortable, to making the changes that are gonna move us forward toward our destiny, toward our oh gosh, there's this beautiful word that is right on the tip of my tongue, self-actualization. We are all here to actualize ourselves in this lifetime, right? But how we do it is sometimes in very hidden to us, right? And so we have to follow the nudges of our heart and our intuition, and these eclipses help us to do it. Now, this new eclipse cycle is leaving behind the cycle that we just went through with Pisces and Virgo. The eclipses that we have just been through have been in Pisces and Virgo. So those of you with placements, especially Sun, Moon, Rising in Pisces and Virgo, like me, you've been through a lot of change these last 18 months or so. Okay. So I want you to pay attention to, and this is for everybody, not only for those of you with placements in Pisces and Virgo, but it's stronger for those of you with placements in Pisces or Virgo or squares to those signs. What has changed and shifted in your life over the last 18 months? Okay. You should see something. You should feel something. There should have been some sort of a shift. It doesn't have to be major. It could just be a thought, a belief system that you crushed. And you're like, no more, I won't be that person anymore, right? I'm going to heal that part of myself and I'm moving forward. Pisces and Virgo, that axis is very spiritual. It's about cleansing ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our spirit of the things that don't serve our health, don't serve our energy, and that prevent us from being healers in the world, right? And we all have the capacity to be healers, whether it's through our spoken word, through our relationships and our love, or through our careers, right? If you're a healer like myself. It could also have affected health, right? And so those are themes that could have shown up. Work, daily work issues as well with Pisces and Virgo. Health issues. I've got the thumbs up again. Health issues, spirituality, awakenings. Okay, there's so much that I can say about the Pisces and Virgo axis. It was very strong for me, being that my son and my son is in Pisces. And of course, I have placements in Virgo as well. But now the shift is moving to Leo and Aquarius. Okay. And this is just the beginning. With this first eclipse, we're getting a taste of what some of these changes, these destined changes, karmic changes may be for us. And the reason why it's just the taste is because the North Node and the South Node are not yet perfectly aligned with the Sun and Moon in this eclipse, right? They're still a little bit away degree wise. And so we're just starting this new cycle of change. Okay. It's in Aquarius. Okay. And Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is all about change, the future, forward movement, sudden realizations and awakenings. It's about our freedom. It's also about technology, embracing technology and not falling behind in technology, which I know all of us are feeling right now. Aquarius is about our friendships, our fellowships, our communities, our collectives, our, humanitarian efforts and impulses, technology. It's also about our personal agency, right? So this eclipse has these themes to it, right? What How do you want to move yourself into this future, right? The future, this new future that's right in front of us, right? How do you want to utilize technology? What is calling you to kind of like jump off the cliff and say, I want to start something new, something fresh. I want to renew myself, right? And really tap into my personal empowerment, my personal agency, and be okay with being this powerful person all by ourselves, right? At the same time, this energy is asking us to look at our relationships, our collective, the people we surround ourselves with. Are they the right community to go into the future, this new future with us, right? So pay attention to how you want to support causes out in the world. What is bubbling up inside of you? What's important to you? Pay attention to that. Are there communities you can align with that will support you in being of service to the world, right? Aquarius wants to be of service to the world and move the world forward, while at the same time, they're not going to take any bullshit from anybody, right? And they're going to align themselves. We all, with this energy, have the opportunity to align ourselves, to empower ourselves, and to know what direction we're going in and why it's important to us. Okay. But this new moon eclipse is squaring Uranus. Okay, so there's some tension there. And what I think that means is we're still trying to figure out what that is for us. What is that change for us? And this new moon wants us to really sit with what do we want to release? Right? Going back to the tarot cards. What needs to be released? Where am I chained? Who's chaining me? Can I release myself from that chain, whether I'm doing it to myself or someone else, or a relationship or a partnership or a project is tying me down? It's just not who I want to be anymore, right? Start to feel into that energy. See what you can release with this new moon so that you can begin aligning with your value system. Okay. And what this brave new world is calling you into. I also want you to pay attention to, if you know your natal chart, where Leo and Aquarius are in your chart. Okay. This access is about our self expression, our love for ourselves, our desire to put ourselves in the spotlight, to be seen, to be experienced, right? That's the Leo side. But Leo really cares about what others think. So a part of this eclipse is, why do we care so much about what people think about me and about what I have to say, and my beliefs and my persona, my identity. Okay. And Aquarius is like, I don't care. I am who I am, right? So we're going to be working with this balance over the next, almost 2 years with these new eclipses. What are we leaving behind? What are we pushing forward toward? Now, these dates that I'm going to give you right now may give you a clue as to what may show up during this eclipse cycle, and a hint as to where it is in your chart if you don't know. Okay. So pay attention to the dates that I'm giving you. You may want to write them down and think about what was happening in your life. What were the big, energetic, transformational themes that were showing up for you? Okay. So the first one that I want to mention is, there was a similar solar eclipse at approximately the same degree of Aquarius that happened on February 15th, 2018. Okay, 2018. Don't worry about February so much. What was happening for you in 2018? For me, boy, I we sold our home. That was a huge, huge shakeup and the beginning of a lot of change in my life, in my marriage, in my stability and where I lived. In many ways, the selling of the home brought us a lot of prosperity, but it also brought us a lot of change. So home and relationship were themes for me in 2018. Okay. Before that, we also had similar degrees, similar eclipses in 1999. Okay. February. My son was born in January of 1999. So again, home, family, motherhood for me was a big theme. Okay. And also February 16th, 1980. I was 8 years old. And this is when my parents got divorced. Again, family, home, parenthood. There's so much there. Then an eclipse that was also on in Leo and Aquarius most recently occurred 2016 through 2019. Again, a lot of change for me. 2016 is when I left a 17-year career in higher education and went off on my own and became a solopreneur. Huge transitions between 2016 and 2019. Again, sold my home, and the new business was just really working with all of that energy of being on my own, building new community, leaving a huge community and huge identity and creating a whole new one, finding a new tribe, a new purpose, a new identity. That was huge for me doing during 2016, 2019. And then finally, before that, it was 2008, 2009. Okay. For me, that was a pivotal year because I had a huge awakening and went through a massive career redirection. That's when I became a certified energy life coach. I became certified in Chinese face reading. I began learning the wisdom behind the flow roadmap, which is my core tool that I've been using for the last 10 years. I started coaching, I started training, huge shift in my life. So pay attention to what showed up for you. Write it down. Keep it up where you can see it because these themes, in some way, shape, or form, at a new level, may be coming up for you. They may be different for you than they were for me. Okay. But this is going to give you an idea of what the transformation is for you and what life is calling you into through this eclipse and through this new moon. If you have an inkling of what it is and what you already desire, and you are in that place of personal agency and alignment, this new moon, I want you to do some ritual. It could be simple. It could be going outside, taking a walk, finding a stone, holding it in your hand, giving that stone your intention, okay? Whispering to it, throwing it into the water, okay? Something like that. Whatever calls you, it doesn't matter. The ritual doesn't matter. What matters is the seed that you are planting with your intention for this new moon, okay? I read this and I loved it. With this eclipse, circumstances nudge or encourage us to see where we haven't been true to our authentic selves. Ultimately, we are now in a position to understand that changes or endings are necessary for our own growth and that we can handle these things. Again, personal agency. This is a time when we should solve problems that require thinking outside of the box. Very Uranus, very Aquarius. Okay. I want you to pay attention to where you have Uranus in your natal chart. Okay. Because that's going to be a big clue, okay, as to where some of these changes can happen. And also, where is Uranus transiting your natal chart? Uranus is making a big shift this year, okay? It is moving into Gemini. And I think it's going to be there, gosh, for 6 years. I can't remember now, to be honest, but it's going to be there for quite some time. So for me, it's happening in my first house and in my ascendant. So big, big, big energy for me that I'm going to have to work with, right? Possibly another identity change or stepping into my identity in a more powerful way, right? And that's what I feel for myself. With this Aquarian energy, we really have the chance to make progressive changes in our lives. And it's a powerful time to reevaluate our happiness, our meaning, goals, and intentions, and the alliances that are going to support our new alignment and agency. Okay. So pay attention to those things. Let's see what else I want to say today. Looking at my notes. Yeah, you may with this new moon, and again, it's different for each of us depending upon where this is happening in our natal chart. Happy to support you if you want a personal reading. So we can look at that. But some of you may be feeling intense energy this week with all of these changes, okay? Not just the eclipses, but Saturn and Aries finally moving. Saturn and Neptune finally powering up together in Aries. And we've got this new moon clashing with Uranus, which rules this actual eclipse. And Pluto talking to Uranus saying, we got to help these people make these transformations. It's time. Okay. So we're dealing with some inner rebellion, with impulse, with abruptness, with reactivity, also with innovative energy. So you may be feeling a lot of energy that is hitting your nervous system in a very strong way. So my advice to you, which is always my advice all the time, is take a pause, get grounded, feet in the dirt, hug a tree, deep breath, regulate your energetic system, especially before you make any big decisions. Okay. Through this eclipse cycle, we may not see the changes until 6 months down the road. Okay. This is a long term astrological transition and effect for all of us. Okay. So, again, we may be asked to give up something in order to move forward into our new lives and that new direction, a new chapter in our evolution. Along the way, it's going to be important to surrender to the unknown because pushing is not always going to serve us. And this is where I want to talk about the fire horse energy, which is beginning on this day as well, the 17th of February. So, the fire horse, yes, it's powerful energy. It's energy moving us forward toward our destiny, toward our goal. It's almost that energy of get out of my way. I know where I'm going. I'm going to run you over, right? And yes, we do need to tap into the power of that energy, but we also need the balance. Everything in life is yin and yang, okay? And if we don't find the balance of fire, right, then we will burn ourselves out, okay? So we cannot be that fire horse all the time. We need to be in tune with our own fire horse within us, but not pushing forward, constant exertion, we will burn ourselves out this year. Okay. So we need to find that balance. Um, One of my mentors in the five elements that I practice said, this is more like, it should feel more like easeful inner freedom versus constant exertion. Okay. Um, Think of a steady flame, right? That just flickers instead of a fire out of control that we can't put out and that can burn down our house. Okay. Two separate energies, both equally powerful. Okay. So let's think of fire and let's think of fire in balance and fire out of balance. Fire in balance is emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, finding that pause, finding the connection to our intuition, to that inner flame, and knowing when to light that fire. Okay. Connection, connecting with others heart to heart. Fire in the five elements represents the heart organ, love, passion, connection. Okay. Fire in balance is knowing and connecting with what's deeply meaningful in our lives. and focusing on our big rocks, the things that really matter, the people that really matter, the purpose that really matters. Okay. Loving ourselves and cultivating our self love. Very important. And also, fire in balance is allowance and surrender, especially when we are clear and aligned with that inner flame. Out of balance, big emotions, reactive emotions, wanting to be in the spotlight too much and not having enough time to just connect with yourself, caring too much about what people think. I think the same message was thumbed last time. I don't know. We got to look that up. The divine is giving us some feedback here. Connecting too much with power and fame and competition. Having too much fun, partying too much, being too social, and not finding the balance on the other side. Too much action and pushing too much. That is fire out of balance. Okay? So let's find that little flicker instead of a bonfire out of control with this fire horse energy. Tune into that and work with the fire energy this year. Light more candles, of course, only when you're next to them. Really connect with others, find that group, that family that is going to support the big change that's coming for you or the new identity that you're creating. And this is going to be a great year. So that is my message for you this week. I hope it resonated. What's showing up for you? Come back here. Let me know in the comments. For those of you who want more information on your flow roadmap, there is a link below so you could read all about it. And if you choose to become a subscriber, perhaps a paid subscriber, and join me for Tarot Tuesdays, or become a founding member and really dive into your customized flow and support in this collective, I look forward to welcoming you. Namaste, big love. Have a great week ahead. Take care.